Dear Miss Vile, what is the difference between painting and illustration? This is the #1 question that I get asked by everyone. I have lost count of how many times I've gotten messages from people, or I've had friends approach me and say, hey, I want this painting. Can you paint this for me? And I say, sure, what are you looking for? What do you want? What kind of things are you looking into buying from me? And after they're done explaining what they want, I have to sit there and explain that what they're after is an illustration, not necessarily a painting. And I am a painter. I can do illustration, but it's not my strong suit. So I usually try and push the client over into more of the area of painting. And it usually ends with them getting frustrated and not understanding, and they always ask me the question, well, what exactly is the difference between painting and illustration? And I really suck at explaining the difference, as I have found out. The best way that I can describe it is that painting is more of a decorative sort of thing. It is a standalone piece, whereas illustration lends itself more to narrative. Basically, the things that I do, the portraits that I do, can tell a story, but it is in and of itself not a narrative piece. It is a standalone kind of thing. There are illustrative paintings, but they're still paintings. They're still more focused on the details and the color and the relationship of the materials on the canvas or on the paper or whatever. And illustration is about the relationship of all those things within the overarching story that is the narrative. So whenever I get people coming to me and saying, I want a painting of a dragon, and I say, cool, I like dragons, and they say, I want it to be doing this, I want it in this pose, and I want it fighting this creature, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, hold on, I'm not an illustrator. I can do illustration, I can do character designs, but I'm not good at illustration. Then there is also the question of when is illustration fine art and when is illustration just marketing? I've actually had a couple of illustrator friends of mine post artwork of theirs, and the responses they get are things like, well, what are you selling? What exactly is this? And it's just like, well, it's just art. It's fine art. Or you get people being like, oh, well, that's not fine art because it's illustration. It's for marketing purposes. And that's why a lot of illustrators tend to not get funding from certain people, especially major companies, because they're looking for somebody that's good for marketing, not necessarily a fine artist that draws pretty pictures that are narratives and stuff. Basically, the difference between the two is one works within the realm of marketing, and then there's a fine art illustrator who creates worlds in their own mind, and they put it on paper, and it's this overarching narrative that doesn't necessarily have a story per se. Like, they don't need to be doing comic books or graphic novels. They don't necessarily need to be writing anything. They're just creating a narrative world. It's fine art. It's theirs. It's them. It is an expression of them, not an expression of a committee or a marketing team. I really hope that some of you out there who are like, I'm a painter, and they always get in trouble in class or they get bad grades because they overwork their paintings and they try and put so much stuff into it, and they're told, you're putting too much things, you take things out and make it about the composition, about the colors, and you're like, no, I want it to be about a story. Congratulations, you're an illustrator. Tell your teachers, maybe I'm better suited for illustration. Can I pursue that for this assignment? Can we experiment? Can I do this? And most likely your teacher's gonna go for it. A lot of the times they may look at you and be like, well, I want you to do this assignment, which is a painting assignment, but yeah, totally go and do this thing. Yeah, they want you to explore things out of your comfort zone. That's their job. That's how you grow. That's how you expand your knowledge. And they also have to complete a syllabus and a curriculum because, well, I hope somewhere someone found this useful, because otherwise I'm just rambling into a Canon camera and looking like an idiot. Which I do anyway. Alright, I'm going to go nurse my cold. I will see you all later. I love you. Mwah. I suck. I'm bad at art. Does that even make sense? I don't even know.